is Greg Hummel, also entered on Facebook, and the quote was, "Experiment until your heart's content." Okay.
Cool.
And we're back at you.
All right, we're back. Well, there's a whole category of features in Lightroom that are just kind of not sure when to talk about them because they can be talked about just about any time. And so I'll be taking little breaks from the main content to cover random little features. And here I'd like to cover a few of those. So I'm looking at just a random set of images here in the library, and let's look at a few features. First one is that if you look at the top of my screen, you're going to find this title bar that's up here. It tells me the name of my Lightroom catalog. My Lightroom catalog happens to be my own name up there. That takes up space. It's robbing you from looking at your thumbnails, even more thumbnails in there. Also, we have the menu bar up here. If you've noticed, I haven't used the menu bar all that much. And most of the things that are included within the menus at the top of your screen can be done in other ways, like creating a virtual copy. Sure, you could go to the photo menu and come down here and create a virtual copy. But you could just as easily right-click, press the right mouse button on any image. You'll find it here too. So if you get used to using the other methods for accessing the features that would be in the menu bar, then that's just taking up space that could otherwise be used for your pictures. So there are features that can help enlarge how much space your images take up. And the first one of those I'd like to mention is pressing the letter F. F stands for full screen. And so if I press F, watch what happens to my screen. The first time I press it, that little title bar that gave me the name of my catalog disappeared. The second time I press it, the menu bar goes away. And the third time I press it, we're back to normal. So when I'm in this view, I can click on that title bar and move this window around to see what's behind it. I happen to have Bridge running behind it. So it's useful to be able to move it around. Let's say I wanted to work on this and maybe at the same time watch Creative Live. Well, I might have it where I go to the lower right corner of my document, click and drag, and make this window smaller so that I can have my web browser open over here on the right side with the Creative Live window going, and then I can be over here adjusting my images in Lightroom. When I'm done with Creative Live, though, I might not want to see what's behind Lightroom. So I press the letter F to get rid of the title bar, press the letter F again to get rid of the menu bar, and now Lightroom is pretty much taken over my screen and makes it so I can maximize the size of those thumbnails and images. So the thing to remember, though, is if you're new to Lightroom and you get into this view and you're like, now how the heck do I get out? Because I can't get to most of the features you're used to for navigating, you just press the letter F and it cycles through the 3 different modes you can be in for full screen mode. If you want to make your thumbnails even larger, more space for your images, the other thing that you might consider doing is to go to the top of your screen where you have the module picker on the right, and there's an arrow up at the top. If you click on it, you'll collapse that down. And with it collapsed down, I believe you can mouse to the top of your screen and it'll pop down. Same with your menu bar. So if you really need to access those things, they don't have to be visible all the time. Just move your mouse outside of the thumbnail area into that black bar and you'll get the module picker. Go even further and touch the top of your screen and you'll get the menu bar. So it's not that you can't get to them, it's just that they're hidden unless your mouse is up there. Make sense? If you ever need it back because you're going to be switching between modules a lot, that type of thing, just click on that triangle again. All right, let's look at other ways to be more efficient working with the interface in Lightroom. Here's one that I like to use, and that is if I'm in the Develop module, the panel on the right side is where my adjustments are. I can resize that panel. To resize that panel, I move my mouse close to the edge of the panel where the image area starts, and I should have my mouse change into something that indicates I'm going to move things. If I click there and drag, I can make this larger or I can make it smaller. The advantage there is you can be more precise if it's larger. The slider, moving your mouse a small amount, is going to make it more precise or more, how would I say it, more granular, small change, if you have this expanded out as far as it can go. Then when you adjust vibrance, you're not limited